Chatting with Cherubs.
Hello and welcome back to Chatting with Cherubs. I'm Morgan Rees. I'm here with the marvellous
Gearoid Farrelly, and we are here with the delightful
Josh Jones.
Woo! We're back in Josh's gaff.
Yeah.
And Josh has been a housekeeper. That's the only way to describe it, a housekeeper. Anyone, when you walk into somebody's house and they have a tray with baked bread on it, it's like, that's housekeeper.
Not that we're selling the house, but that's what you're supposed to do if you're selling a house, put baked bread on. The smell makes people buy houses. I don't know the science of this.
Yeah,
but this
otherwise, I just popped into the bakery. I ended up buying it.
But yeah, no, apparently when you sell a house, you have to bake bread and it makes people buy a house.
It makes them feel homely.
I think that's what it is. It doesn't make them think, I need
yeah,
to buy
it's
a
not
house.
the chemicals in bread.
Well,
Gets your cash out.
We have a really bad housing crisis in Ireland at the moment. So like it's really, the houses, all of these dumps are really, really expensive. And I went to look at a house a while ago with my partner, and the estate agent was this like 20-year-old that was like, so what did you think?
Yeah.
And I said, I think you should have flushed the fucking toilet.
Oh,
You see a
God.
There's nobody baking bread in Ireland.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I think that's the exact opposite smell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And if that does attract someone to buy it, you don't want to be working with them.
You don't want to be their neighbour.
There was a comedian staying at the house the other day, a comedian from London. You know who they are, but I'm not going to say the name because I don't know if they want their business on a podcast. But they're buying a house at the moment. And I was listening to them on the phone to the estate agent. And I was just like, oh my God, this woman's fucking insane. And the estate agent, she kept saying, my friend was like, I'm working all day, I'm working, so can you like email me? And she phoned her like 7 times and she had to say it like 7 times.
Oh
But,
my God.
Yeah, they was like saying, oh, there's mold, but we'll get rid of it. But it's like, and then she said it was painted over. And it's like, you can't just paint over mold. So
That's something you do as a student because you want your deposit back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is 19, 18-year-old behavior.
yeah.
Also, I'm really glad that that's the story, because I genuinely thought the story was there was somebody staying in the house last week and I thought it was going to be about like the fact that they didn't flush a toilet. I was like,
Yeah.
that's not podcast territory.
Yeah.
Private. That's
I'm gonna
private.
tell you, I've got a
conversation.
list
Have you
of
washed the sheets?
yeah. I have a list of comedians that have stayed here and just left their skid marks. You're both on the list. No.
They were on the toilet, yeah? Or the
Yeah,
bed?
yeah. But I thought, you're here for the day, I'll bake. There's a chicken in the oven at the moment.
It's very homely. I don't want to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a gay equivalent of I've got a bun in the oven?
Yeah, I've got a chicken in the oven. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of protein.
But I don't know. I'm really enjoying like cooking, and I have people round all the time. And this weekend was Eurovision, so I had people round, and I did a little Eurovision party. I did a full buffet. My original plan was to do a buffet, like each country had a dish, And I was
But is there not like 30 people?
Yeah, that's what I thought. When you told me the plan, I was like,
30 dishes?
Yeah, but there was only 4 of us here.
Yeah.
So I didn't do that. I ended up doing a quiche. And
what countries does that cover?
well, it had parmesan in it instead of normal cheese. So I think Italy. That was my Italian. I did an Italian quiche.
You're welcome, Italy.
Yeah, so you're welcome, Italy. I did a sausage plat, which is what my grandma used to always make. It's like a huge sausage roll, like honestly the size bigger than my head. Like it's.
And what country did that cover?
Where's sausages? Germany.
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 Nice.
Germany.
Just another 28 to go.
Yeah. Then I did a salad. Who's Skinner?
Oh, the Greeks, is it?
Greek. Oh
Probably
yeah, it wasn't a Greek salad,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I did
Yeah.
that. And then I did cookies.
Oh, and there was a bowl of Pringles.
Yeah, I made my own cookies, and then what else did I did? Oh yeah, and then I did like a meat board, and I didn't make my own hummus because I don't have a food processor. It's a very touchy
Oh,
subject.
that must be so embarrassing.
I know.
Oh my, yeah.
So,
and you
you
brought
must be
people over.
mortified.
I know,
You
I-
brought people over and you
I-
haven't got a
I
food
ate
presser.
Shot brought hummus from Alde, so that's that country. Where's that from? Sweden? Is Aldi Sweden?
No, it's
You're
German, I
thinking of-
think.
Germany
yeah.
again.
How did if I showed up and it was like store-bought hummus, I think I'd just turn on my heel and leave.
Yeah, I'd
assume
leave
you
a
would as
skid
well.
mark and
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
That's what I think of you fucking numbers.
So yeah, I'm quite excited to get a food processor.
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've got an air fryer now. It was an anniversary gift off James for us being together for
no.
a year.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's what I wanted.
That's like when my dad bought my mum an iron for Christmas. It's
Yeah.
like, no.
So you got me an
No.
air fryer. It's
Wait
a
till your
double air
birthday,
fryer.
Oh,
It's got 2 drawers, 2
Yeah.
compartments. It's huge. I was very excited with it. So you can't. And I got him a Jumanji board game, and then a T-shirt that said, because he's a gamer, it was like a game, and it said, level 1 completed.
Oh.
I got it off Amazon when I was drunk. We bought each other's presents while we were drunk.
oh, that's sweet.
Me and my partner did that on his birthday, and we bought a trip to Paris, really drunk. And then the next day, we were like, can't afford this trip to Paris.
Oh my god.
And then I got a text like about 3 months later, going, "Are you all ready for tomorrow?" And we're both going, "For tomorrow? What's happening?" We totally forgot that we drunk bought to Paris.
That's brilliant. I always
Jeez,
buy the
go.
best things. drunk.
No, we were a bit cash strapped at the time. I wish we could have, because that would have been brilliant.
You didn't go to Paris.
No, I couldn't afford it.
Oh,
How much
no.
is
Please
it?
sign up to the Patreon.
How much is the train to
Well,
Paris?
we got friends that work for Eurostar. Don't want to brag, but they get given 2 really cheap trains a month. So we got it for 50.
Oh my god.
Like, so we just live up the road from St. Pancras as well. We could be in Paris in an hour and a half.
Oh my god. I'd love
Is
to
that
do
how
that.
quick it is?
Yeah,
God, it's quicker than me coming from here.
I know.
That's crazy.
I'd love to go. I'd love to go on the Eurostar.
I want to
I'd
go
love
on
to
an
try it.
underground train. That sounds really fun.
Yeah, let's do that.
And
Oh,
yeah.
You hated the tube.
Oh yeah, it is kind of like a tube, but this is more fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because you end up in Paris, not Elephant and Castle.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what? I wasn't a London fan, but I'm not that bad on the tube.
No,
I've
you're
not
good on the
slagged
tube.
off the tube that much, really, because I do think it's very quick. It's very handy.
I think the tube's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
think,
It's magic.
I think. Do you come from a place of bad public transport?
Yeah. Yeah.
To me, I still cannot believe people run to the tube when the next one's in a minute.
I know, it's in a minute. And like in Ireland, if you land in Dublin Airport and they're like, how do you get into Dublin? It's like, stick out your thumb. Best of luck with that.
yeah. Oh yeah, your partner picked me up last time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when I've done gigs there, and I've had to get a coach from the airport to the city centre.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's
Sounds-
really bad.
Yeah. At least in Manchester, there's a tram from the airport directly into town.
I love Manchester. I have
Yeah.
to say, it's one of my favourite cities.
Yeah.
I love coming here.
I want you both to move there.
I would be very tempted.
I'm trying to make
Yeah.
everybody move there. It's really good, and I'm a. I'll bake you bread every week.
Every week.
I'll do it every week.
Every single week.
That will bring me up.
Yeah, that'll do it.
We don't have fresh bread in London.
But I've been thinking, because do you know, right? So
You could go to Paris and get fresh bread.
Yeah, I could go to Paris to get fresh bread. That's very true.
yeah, you get. Do you think anyone who's like a millionaire in London has ever got the Eurostar just to get a baguette to come back?
Defo, I once I bought again. I've bought so many trains to Paris and not taken them. I mean, like, and I can't afford a house. But I remember once I really, really wanted to impress Janek. She loves macarons, and I was like, I'm gonna get him fresh macarons from Paris. I'm gonna get the first train. I'm gonna get them, and I'll come back. And I slept in, and I missed the train.
Can I ask you a question? Serious question.
Yeah.
Is it macaron or macarons?
I don't know. I think I might be thinking of the
There's-
president.
There's two different ones,
Macron.
right?
I'm thinking of is
Yeah.
it macaron or macaron?
Macron was the fit.
Macaroon.
There's
The
two
fit-
different things.
Oh.
The fit president. Macaroon.
There's a macaron is the like little ones with the like the coloured meringue ones.
Yes.
And then macaroons are the ones with their coconut like buns,
Oh.
as far as I know.
Oh,
I didn't know.
I'm so rubbish.
Give me the president. I'll have him. he's
a hot dad,
dish
bit of
out
power.
Free,
Yeah, exactly. I really want to do that trip, and I think we should definitely plan that because it makes no sense for somebody from Ireland to go to Paris via London. But when I'm in London, I want to go to Paris that way.
Well,
I'll never do it otherwise. Let's do it. Yeah.
Well, you were down in London when you were supporting Joanne for a little while.
But it'll cost me so
Yes.
much more. Can I just fly there and meet you there? Because it cost me so much more
Yeah.
getting a train to London than it is a train from London to Paris.
Would you not? Can you fly to London from Manchester?
I wouldn't do that because I know, well, that just sounds crazy.
You live so close to the airport.
I know, but aren't loads of people like, you need to not fly when you don't need to fly? I think if I start flying to like London from Manchester, all the vegans are going to come and batter me, aren't they, really?
Yeah, well, maybe after that story about that platter that you kept on baking as well. Your sausage platter, the size of my head.
Oh, yeah. But they were fresh. Those animals had good lives.
They were well treated. Yeah. And at your Eurovision party, like, was there a theme, or was it just everyone sat and watched the Eurovision, or were there, did you play party games?
No, we just had a buffet, had a bit of a bit, and then watched Eurovision. It was good. There was only 4 of us, Beth and Holly.
Love them.
And we just had a little catch up and a drink. But James loves Eurovision.
Okay.
So he knew all the songs already because he's been listening to them for weeks.
Does not strike me as a Eurovision gay.
No, he doesn't. I'm
He is.
surprised by that.
No, he definitely does because he's a bit weird and a bit geeky. And
I've been to some of those Eurovision things, and
Yeah.
they are intense.
what the events? The actual
Those events, like, and the
'cause
fans are intense.
Your other co-host of your other podcast
She won it.
is a Eurovision winner.
And it's very strange. Like, there's a certain, like, it's a frenzy. Like, I went to this thing in Amsterdam a couple of years ago where they had this, like, concert. And I just went because it was a free
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah,
fair.
always got to take a free trip.
You've gone
free
to
trip
a
is free
free
trip.
Eurovision party
Yeah, I went
as
to
well.
the launch party. I went to the actual launch event.
At
but it was
Liverpool.
in Liverpool.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, you really get to see the Eurovision fans there.
Yeah, they're very intense. Like, I remember Niamh sang the song at this big arena, and it was like 17,000 people at it. And then afterwards, like, we just went for a drink backstage, and like, we didn't leave till about 2 a.m, and there was still people. And this was the dead of winter. There were still people waiting outside, wanting, like, 19-year-olds that wanted her to sign like a CD single of the song that she released 30 years ago.
And
It
she's
was
been getting
wild.
pissed for hours. With
Yeah,
you backstage.
exactly.
Yeah.
She comes out at 2 a.m, right,
Yeah,
dickhead?
yeah,
I'm signing this to suck me dick and fuck off.
Yeah, it's just 3 for autograph.
Yeah.
And also, we went to this place where they brought her in. She was signing autographs outside a restaurant, and they brought her in because it was really cold outside. They were like, "Come in and do it in here." So she was signing, and they were like, "We just got the place painted," and she was like, "Oh, it's lovely. It's really nice." And I don't know what happened, but like 10 minutes later, I looked over and she was signing her name on the wall of this place that just got painted, and I was like, did they definitely say to do that? 'Cause
She's just Banksying.
yeah, it was just like, really? They just got this painted.
Yeah.
Like, nobody else has signed the wall.
That is being the first person to sign a wall is such
So
a.
you both got to go to really big Eurovision parties as +1s. The thing is, I need to. Like, my people who would take me as +1s are one of you two. So I need to get a next more famous friend.
Yeah, well, you can totally come to like a Eurovision thing with Niamh.
Could I?
Actually, you could go with her.
Could I?
You would.
She'd
You
like
would
me.
love that. She'd love that. I think as
Okay.
well. I think you both really, really get
But-
on.
You can come to the Eisteddfod,
The what?
the Welsh festival.
Oh,
I've
I've never heard of it.
that.
It's just like a Welsh talent show, really, but it's all Welsh speaking. You won't be able to understand a word.
Can you understand it? You only know the one for microwave.
Yeah.
Unless they're all up there just singing about microwaves, you won't have a clue
it's
what's
a bit
going
like
on.
Eurovision. All they sang about was saunas and macchiatos.
Yeah, espresso macchiato. I do like that song. I voted.
Did you?
Not for them. I voted for two people. I voted 3 times for Malta, and I was like, Malta's gonna win. I don't even think they did that well. But it was this woman who was like, she was like bouncing on a ball. And then
I saw her.
and she was a bit like sexual. And then I voted for another
It
sexual.
looked like she was doing pregnancy yoga.
Yeah, it was that. And then I voted for another sexual woman who, I don't know if she was Finland or I can't remember what country it was, but she was like kind of like grinding on a big microphone in the middle of the air.
It's all a bit mad, isn't it?
So them two were my picks.
Yeah.
And I'd had about 3 drinks by then, so I was like, woohoo!
I liked Luxembourg.
Which one was
The
that?
one, the dun 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 dun.
I think all of them were.
Yeah,
Dun, dun,
all
dun,
of
dun,
them.
dun,
Yeah,
dun,
yeah.
dun, dun, dun,
Narrow it
dun,
down.
dun.
Chatting with cherubs.
Have you ever won an award, Gearoid?
Well, I'm glad you asked. In 1989, I came second in a disco dancing competition. So yes. is the answer.
Details, where, what?
It was
moves,
the
what
local
was the song?
community would have like a disco on the green.
How old was you?
I was probably maybe 11.
11.
Mm.
And are you still bitter about who came first? Can you say who came first?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
they,
her
are
name
they still
was.
on your hit list?
Yeah. I want her dead. Her name is Lisa.
Lisa.
Yeah, I think she got pregnant a year or two later. It's all
Yeah.
she deserved.
What year was you born? 78.
77.
Do you know
So
what
it's-
song was number 1 when you was born? But it was like some ABBA or something. That'd be quite cool. Mine was
No,
Whitney-
I don't think
mine
it was.
I was Whitney Houston. I Will Always Love You when I was born.
Oh God, it was not, was it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're only a baby.
The Bodyguard.
I think it was the guy from Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he released a single. And it's kind of like Mr. Blobby being number 1 when
Yeah.
you're born. It's a bit depressing. Yeah, I think it was the guy from. But the interesting thing is, though, I do think that's quite fitting because I have a lot of my like favorite pop stars when I was younger were like people from Neighbours,
Mhm.
like the twins from Neighbours. I loved them when they released their songs, and also the goddess that is Kylie Minogue.
Yeah.
Oh,
I-
and you're going to see Kylie Minogue literally tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. I mean, that's my main reason for coming to Manchester.
Yeah, this just.
I'll be
you
honest.
just
This is just it happens to.
It's
yeah.
a happy accident. This
Yeah,
podcast.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, how excited are you for it?
I love Kylie Minogue. I'm a big fan.
Oh,
I
really?
am. Yeah, I haven't really thought about it too much because I don't want to.
Cry. In public.
I didn't want to cry on the
You've
Ryanair
seen her
flight
live
over.
before.
Yeah, I've seen her twice before,
Yeah.
and I loved it.
Did you?
So I'm really excited about
Are
this.
you
And
a
she's
s-
not coming to Dublin.
No.
No.
Because
Oh.
she's like, oh, that fucking stalker's going to be there.
Yeah.
I love a bit of Kylie though, so yeah, I'm dying for it
Are
now.
you a
Each time.
stander watcher or are you a dancer lose yourself?
Oh, I'm a dancer, lose yourself.
No, he's getting dragged by security. 'Cause he's got his cock in his hand.
Yeah. He's a heavy breather paper.
Yeah.
Hi, Kylie.
Yeah.
Do you remember me? Yeah, I'm really looking for. Well, I think when they're like big stars like that, you just have to throw yourself at it. You know, have a good time, enjoy the concert,
Yeah. I mean,
go
you,
wild.
you can control yourself around me. So I think you'll
Yeah,
be fine
exactly.
around Kylie. Has Kylie done the weakest link? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's the
maybe
only reason
not.
Josh Biggs bread just to shut you up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, hey, Josh, I'll eat that.
Kylie is just another one of the people that has not been nominated at the Edinburgh Fringe.
No, she's not. And I don't think she's done Celebrity Pointless neither. So, who's she? Don't even think they've asked her.
Yeah. She got knocked out in the preliminaries by bears. My friend Dan is a drag queen called Daisy Puller, and
Daisy Puller. That's such a good name.
yes,
It's a great name.
superb. They are Australian, and they are the biggest Kylie Minogue fan in the world. And I want to make it one of my side missions in life to make them two meet.
Oh, that would be amazing. Imagine meeting Kylie Minogue.
I
Yeah.
suppose I think the best way to meet Kylie Minogue is to become a drag queen. Like, I think drag queens, if they do celebrity impersonation of that person can end up meeting them.
Yeah, that's a good
like
point.
a good way. I'm gonna become a drag queen, but I'm gonna be a Saran Jones tribute. Saran Jones. She doesn't do any songs. I just come on and mime monologues from Scott and Bailey.
Yeah.
And when she was in Coronation Street.
I loved her when she was in Coronation Street.
Yeah.
Karen,
Yeah, she was great. But I do think, I do love Kylie Minogue. Like, I think I'm always fascinated by why we like her. Do you know what I mean? Because she changes all the time. Like
Madonna, she's changed with the times and.
Yeah, and like I don't always like her songs. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes she does an album that's completely different to everything else, and you're like, why would I like this if I like this? You know?
She's really.
Yeah, are we talking about Kylie now or Madonna?
Kylie.
Oh no, Kylie. Yeah.
I loved her most recent album, the disco
yeah,
one.
It's so good.
It was wicked.
Yeah. I wonder, is it more than that? You know? Because they say like that the gays love there's a bit of tragedy they like about their icon. You know?
Yeah, she's Australian.
But I also think it's because like she hasn't met the right man.
Yeah.
She doesn't have kids.
No.
And I think people kind of have this
ill.
pity thing. And she was ill as well.
Yeah.
I think there's kind of like
she's
go
also
on,
like
Kylie.
just really nice and fun.
Yeah,
and friendly.
she just seemed like fun.
Yeah.
You do hear about the dickheads, and like you just don't. I've never heard a bad thing about Kylie.
No, yeah, I've never heard a bad thing about her.
But I was thinking about this the other day, because you know, like Chappell Roan, like the big thing about her now is the fact that she can be she can be difficult. She's
Really?
moody, and
Okay.
People, oh, she's ungrateful. But I quite like that.
Yeah, I do like that.
I quite like the fact she's a bit grumpy.
Yeah.
I like the fact that like we're not like, for us to love someone, they've got to be perfect. You go, no, they're a pop star.
Let them be a bit of it. Yeah.
I like it. It gives, I don't know. It gives them a bit of an edge, doesn't it?
Yeah. Because I think if somebody is just sycophantic the whole time, it just makes you a little bit.
I think some people are fully aware of what they're doing. Like, I think Mariah Carey is aware of like the diva thing, so she like plays up to it a bit because it's part of the brand, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, because
I also think she's deranged.
Yeah,
Like-
she's so talented though.
Yeah.
She's the most talented one out of all the pop stars, I think, because one, a voice, but two, she's had 19 number ones and she wrote 18 of them. She writes all of her own songs,
That's good, yeah.
and they're all like absolute bangers. And she's out of the big vocal divas, none of them are like producing as much as her and writing as much.
I don't
think.
know about that. She hasn't made anything new in ages, has she?
The one thing I'll say about her is, can we all just accept that those whistle notes don't exist?
What do you mean?
You know, like when
Yeah.
she does this, like she puts her finger in her ear and then she does these like mad. No,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, Mariah, take your finger out of your ear. This is embarrassing for everyone. We know
Yeah.
they're on track.
That's
There's
where the
that.
button is that makes the noise.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
I
on,
think
Mariah.
you both need to get your stuff and get out of my house. I could not disagree with you more.
No.
She's a talent.
She
she's a
she
talent.
is a
No
talent,
one's
but
arguing
those
she's a
notes.
talent.
There's
No.
those notes are real.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
real,
they are.
Josh.
Right,
No.
whatever.
You've gone right. It's the other
I
ear, Josh.
feel
It's
like
the other ear.
Tarzan.
It's the-
Yeah. But she can hit those notes. She's doing it right. She's doing it.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she is.
She's not.
Yes, she is.
Have you heard? Did you hear? Remember years ago, right? She was apparently a bit difficult, and they released the sound man of her concert.
Yeah, was it at
Times Square.
Yeah, Times Square.
Released what was coming through the
Yeah.
mic.
Yeah. I do think though that
That is
she wasn't.
excellent.
I don't know if her voice has aged as well, but if you look at early Mariah from the 90s,
Oh,
and stuff,
yeah.
it's insane.
It's insane.
It's
but-
insane.
yeah, I
It's
agree.
so wild. But I think like she's got her own champagne and stuff. I don't think that's good for your voice. She's like every time you see her on TV, she's there with a glass of champagne.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, is anyone else smoking Mariah
Yeah.
fags?
Yeah.
Is it just me?
So yeah, I don't think that would have aged her voice as well.
Yeah,
But if you're just talking her in a prime, I think she can go pound to pound with anyone.
yeah, I
I'm
agree.
just saying that.
I agree.
So yeah, like her in the 90s and stuff, her live videos. So,
Yeah, she was amazing.
so.
But those whistle notes.
But she could do them. They were real.
But you can't do them now.
I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of them. I don't know. I'm not going to lie.
And all of my friends that have been to see her was like, are the same as you. They're like, no, she can. And I'm just like.
But maybe she just saves it for like, you know, like New York or if she's in LA. Because I don't think you can do that every night. So maybe if she's like in like
Fuck you, Ontario.
Yeah, but if she's in like Manchester, she's like, I don't give a fuck about Manchester.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, she just takes a swig of X, but X and just goes on.
But there must be some cities where she's like, I'm gonna give it my best, but because she don't give a fuck about what we think of her.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So like, I bet there's certain. I always think that because with stand up, you kind of give it your best wherever because you are just talking. But like with music, well, no, sometimes you rein it in. But like with music, though, if you're a big vocalist, sometimes you might not be able to hit that note every night. So you might be like, oh, well, do you know what I mean? I'm in fucking Sheffield. Do you know what I mean? And I'm Kelly Clarkson. That's what I think. So they'd be like, I'll sing it well, but like,
yeah,
I'm saving the high note for New York.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they must think like that.
I've got a friend that works in the West End and he hates singing. So sometimes he just mimes.
Really?
Yeah, he just mimes it for a show. And you sort of just go like, to me, that would take more mental energy.
He must be in the choir section. He's not having solos.
Oh, yeah. It's like, yeah. The Phantom was weird tonight.
Yeah.
I'd love to be the Phantom.
I remember years ago I did a panto and we had to mime. What was it we had to mime? The last song. The last song of the show was on track. So you just came out like it was when we were taking our bows. So you just came out and like you mimed your 2 lines or whatever.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, I was just like, because I was only in the first half.
Yeah.
And I had to wait around. But I was like,
yeah,
I'm not getting stuck in the traffic. So by the end, I just wouldn't go on for the bows. So my voice is just
everyone's
come out for the 2 lines, I wouldn't be there. Yeah, it's fine.
Everyone's just pointing towards the tunnel and there's no one there.
What panto was it?
I did loads of pantos when I was younger, in my 20s. I can't remember what it was. Treasure Island, I think that one was.
Have you done Jack and the Beanstalk? Did you? Who was you, Jack?
No, I directed Jack and the Beanstalk, actually.
Or if you direct it again, can I be in it?
Totally.
Oh, I so want to do panto. I love
You'd
panto.
be great in panto.
You should.
So would you.
I've been offered those adult panto things, but my agent has said no because it's like not the best money.
Oh, right, yeah.
I don't know.
The Manchester must have one.
Yeah, I'd love to do a panto where it's like you're not. Have you heard about the touring pantos? They do like adult pantos.
Yeah.
And yeah, my agent has just been like, nah. But I would love to do one at like the Opera House because one
very
I'm just
hard
in
work.
Manchester all the time.
Yeah,
like it's really hard work.
No,
It's 2 shows a day for like
it's good. And that is
7
good
weeks
money
or
as well.
Yeah, I would
Panto.
do it. I would do it.
It'd be good money here, I'd say.
No.
Is it? No.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm going to play my big ignorant card here. I didn't realize panto was an Irish thing as well.
Oh yeah. It's kind of different. It's a little bit different. Like
Why is it?
it's a bit more. Well, it's very Dublin, like the working classes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they don't bother with the innuendos. It doesn't go over the
Oh no,
kids'
it
heads.
does. There is that. Yeah. But it's very it's very specific. Like I always think that when I see panto over here, it's a bit different. Like I saw the panto that was in the Palladium.
Oh yeah,
A few years ago with Don French and Julian Clary.
yeah. I saw that as well.
God, Julian Clary is unreal in panto. The things he says.
Oh really?
Oh my God.
I don't think it's a double entendre. I think it's just an entendre.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
But I'd love to be like
It's-
Captain Hook. I'd love it.
You'd be great.
I'd love to do panto, yeah. But I can only do Mank. So it'd have to just be a northern Captain Hook.
Of
I don't-
course, yeah.
Yeah.
No one's doing it.
Yeah.
No one's doing an accent.
Fuck
in a
off,
panto.
Wendy, you slag.
Oh, where are those lost boys?
Yeah. Yeah. But
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'd love to do like a panto villain. What are the villains? There's like
Or Shmee, Captain Up,
Shmeat, Captain
the
Hook,
Giant and
and
Beanstalk.
I couldn't do that. I'm too
the evil
petite.
stepmother and the cousins. in
That wasn't a joke, girl. Don't lie.
I missed that. Sorry.
He said he's too petite to play the giant.
I could do one of the ugly stepsisters.
You could do one of the
that'd
ugly
be fun, yeah.
stepsisters,
Yeah.
or you could be the dame at all.
There's always a Baron as well.
Yeah.
I remember I had to step in and play the Baron in a panto I directed because like the Baron got sick. Yeah, and do you know actually what happened in that was terrible because the song we had to do was "Take a Chance on Me" by ABBA,
Oh, well.
and I didn't know it because because
you
I
not
just
know?
had stepped. I just
Oh,
like
but did you not just know that anyway?
I did, but it
Take
was a different
chance
version of
on
it.
me.
Oh yeah, because you changed the lyrics
And
a
we
lot.
kept
Oh, do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
we kept like going in a loop.
Hmm.
So like I kept starting the verse, like so the song
Oh,
would sometimes be
God.
6 minutes, and they'd be like, "For the love of God, please wrap it up." Like, I was like, I can't remember how it ends. I just go, yeah.
Theatre is so good. I remember when I was younger, I went and watched Scrooge, right?
Yeah.
And there was a bit where one of the ghosts came through the mirror, but because it was live, I remember being a kid. I was about 8 or whatever, and because he walked through the mirror, I was like, "How did he do that?" And I was like, "The magic of theatre." I think because of that moment, I'm here right now. But yeah, but I remember that was like the first time I think I ever went to the theatre, and I remember I had card trousers on.
Oh,
Yeah, they had
That's very
brown
cute.
card trousers.
and Charles Dickens have all of his achievements. Imagine he's responsible for you doing bumming jokes.
I know.
Putting the dick in Dickens.
Yeah.
I want to put that on the Wikipedia page.
But my big thing is, and I'm gonna do it. I don't know when, but like I think if I ever take a break from stand up for a year or whatever, I want to write and direct a play. That's what I want to do. That's what I want me next thing to be.
That'd
really.
be great.
I don't know when
I'd
I'm gonna
love
do
to
it,
do that.
but in the next 7 years, I want to write and direct a play.
So before you're 40.
Yeah, before I'm 40, I want to write and direct a play. That's a good. And I'm 40. Yeah, that gives me an extra year as well. So yeah, that's good. That's good.
I'll have that one. I'll use that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start next
Procrastinate,
year.
yeah.
I'll start next year.
Okay, before I'm 50, I'll direct a play.
Before I'm 60, I'll look at a
love to do
script.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
But I want to, write and direct a play. That's my whole thing I want to do.
That'd be really fun.
Yeah.
Can I tell one quick story about stage mishaps?
Yes.
Well, when I was, I'm not into theatre. I don't like it. I like the occasional musical, and one musical we went to at school was Blood Brothers. And if the story of Blood Brothers, you need the context, and it's spoiler heavy. Two pair of twins separated at birth. They have very different lives. One working class, one posh. They eventually they meet, and it comes to the end. The final scene of the show. One of them is holding a gun at the other one. They do not know they're twins, and the mother storms in, and it's always one of the Nolan sisters. And she's set in Liverpool, and she walks in. She goes, "Mickey, don't do it. He's your brother." And someone had clearly missed the start of the show because she came in, she delivered the line, "Mickey, don't do it. He's your brother." And with just one single voice in the theatre went, "Oh."
I love that.
And the whole place just erupted in laughter. And these poor actors, and they stayed in character, they
so
stayed in the
emotional.
scene, pointing the gun, mortified, and the whole audience, it's like Death Jam.
Yeah.
The way everyone is
laughing.
just rocking.
Oh my God.
I remember
And
I
it was,
went.
and it was after everyone's laughing, and he waits for the laughing to die down, and you just hear bang, and everyone just starts laughing again.
When I was a teenager, I went and watched. I can't remember which Twilight film. I think it was New Moon. I think.
Yeah.
And it was the one where Jacob has got muscly, and you see him topless for the first time. So the werewolf takes his top off when she falls off a motorbike, right? And I was with my friend, and in the middle of the cinema, it was only teenagers. He takes his top off, and this girl, my friend, just went, "Fuck me!" And everyone were laughing. I was dead embarrassed. She went, "Fuck me!" A northern 14-year-old girl. Fuck me. But yeah. I
had a similar thing when we went to go and see Harry Potter as kids, R.I.P. And I think in one scene, Ron Weasley kisses someone, and someone in the audience went, "Get in, Ron."
Do you know what's the Harry Potter the play on in London?
Cursed
Yeah,
Child.
the Cursed
Yeah,
Child.
yeah.
But years ago, do you remember when I was dating that guy who came from like a really rich family?
Yeah.
He said he wanted to go and watch The Cursed Child, right? So I thought I'll take him to go watch it. I didn't know it was in 2 parts, so I just bought the second part. So when
Really?
so when we got there, we hadn't seen what was going on. We didn't know what was going on.
So you only saw part 2?
Yeah, but I think they did kind of do like a little like
Previously on.
yeah, basically kind of. So I kind of knew what was kind of going on. So I kind of knew
That's
what was
so
going on.
funny.
But they had to pause it for a bit anyway. So because one of the Dementor people got stuck in the air, so they had to shut the curtains for like 5 minutes, and then it resumed. But I was like, oh, thank God that happened, because they had a mistake, so they had to shut the blinds. But then I could Google what happened in the first section, because I had no idea what was going on. But that play was still 2 sections, so then if you watch the first one, that's too long.
Yeah.
Too long and too much money.
Like years and years ago, I went to see Starlight Express with my first boyfriend, and it was like on the West End, and they used to like skate around the theatre,
Yeah.
and then they would like come in from around the theatre back onto the stage. But when they did that, the first one kind of tripped and fell, and then they all, when they came back in,
Like
a
dominoes.
dominoes.
they all
yeah.
like, it was literally dominoes, and they all were like splayed all over the stage. And then the manager had to come out on stage and say, "Sorry, there's been an accident. We have to put everyone out of the foyer, like go out to the foyer while we get the show ready to go again." So we were, it was down for about half an hour. But only about 2 years ago, I met Tom Allen when he was in Cork,
Yeah.
and I went for a drink with him, and his tour manager was there, and he was in that cast. Yeah, and he remembers that night because we were talking about it, and he said, "Yeah, what happened was the sewer burst, and there was basically, it was leaking shit all over the stage." Because I do remember there was like a smell of shit in the theater, and then basically this poor actor came in, slipped on shit, fell into it, and then all of the other actors that were coming behind him, they skated and they all landed up. They were all covered in shit, and, and they had to go out and have some ice cream.
People are skating shit around the
Yeah,
theatre.
basically.
That could be my musical, because I did Dancing on Ice. I can do Starlight Express. I mean,
Yeah.
I did injure myself on Dancing on Ice, so
Yeah.
I definitely would be the one slipping.
Yeah,
on
no one's
shit.
going to say break a leg to you. Are
No.
they?
Yeah, basically every night it would be Josh Jones is being replaced for this evening's
Yeah.
performance
Yeah,
by
the most used understudy.
yeah, exactly. Just this poor knackered gay just coming in, going
Yeah.
absolutely exhausted.
But yeah, look, I think I do really not like theatre. I love theatre.
No, I
love a
don't
play.
mind the occasional musical, but I don't.
Do you
Really?
not?
I like the ones that like where you're sobbing after it, like Blood
Yeah.
Brothers. Oh my god!
Or I
love
went
Blood
and
Brothers.
watched this one years ago with because I did drama at Oldham College. It was, do you know what? It was a BTEC course, and it was so good. Like anyway, we went there, and they took us to the Royal Exchange Theatre in Manchester, which is in the Round. It's such a cool theatre. And then we watched this play, and I was like closeted at the time. And it was a coming out thing, and I didn't really know. And then I went home and cried.
Oh,
So that's quite a sad story. It's not really that funny for the podcast.
no, that's
but
not
I,
fine.
it's
I think we'll have
adorable.
we've got sad gay listeners. They'll resonate with that.
Yeah,
So I was like, theatre can be
healing.
healing.
Did you have
Theatre's
any
powerful.
other?
Theatre's power. Theatre matters.
Did you have any other experiences when you were in the closet of like of coming out stories or going like, oh, it can be all right?
Yes, that film Beautiful Thing.
Which one is that? now?
It's by Jonathan Harvey.
Is that the one with
Oh, you
Timothy Chalamet?
no.
It's got like who's in it? Like Tamika Ebsen's in
Yes,
it.
I know.
And
The writer of Gimme Gimme.
Gimme, yes.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
again, Gimme Gimme is my favorite sitcom. It's just
Was
genius.
you out
So
by
full
Gimme Gimme?
Hmm?
Was you out by Gimme Gimme?
No.
When was Gimme Gimme? When did you come out? Like the mid-90s?
No, late 90s.
Late 90s. I didn't mean that as
No,
a...
2000 actually. It was 2000.
Oh, came out when you was in your fifth. Just being a bitch.
Such a dick.
Meow.
Yeah, it was 99, 2000.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Yeah. Well,
How did you do it? Facebook status? Village outing? Scandal?
No, my boyfriend at the time.
that's a bit of a giveaway.
That was always. Oh, do you mean like coming out to my parents?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. He had bought me like a white chocolate bunny. It was like literally my first boyfriend, and we were going out maybe 2 weeks. And he bought me like a white chocolate bunny for Easter, and I came home with a white chocolate bunny, and my mom was like, "Where'd you get the white chocolate bunny?" And I was like, "It's from my friend."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Boys don't buy each other white chocolate bunnies, girl."
But the thing is, coming out at like 99, 2000. So in your early few years ago into gay clubs, that would have been like really good music.
It
Early
was good
2000s.
music. Yeah.
That was a good time to be in a gay club, music-wise, vibe-wise.
I think it's still good now.
Well, I just don't listen to the music now.
I know, yeah.
I think mid-2000s, like 2000s music was like, I think, the best.
Yeah, I do think so. I love like late 90s, early 2000s, like Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah. Pussycat Dolls.
Pussycat Dolls.
Like, this is like the perfect night out.
Is Pussycat, is that the
Saturdays.
sound of the underground?
No, that's Girls Aloud.
That's Girls Aloud, yeah.
Yeah. I honestly don't even know how they let you into the quick.
I know. Every so often,
Because it's 2025 and I'm not.
yeah, every so often you do something, Morgan. I'm like, Morgan, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to come out
wouldn't
and
be 100%
straight.
sure.
That's going to be the revelation.
For the bonus episode, Morgan's going to have us bricklaying.
How to mix
Listening
cement.
to the Smiths.
Yeah. Not too much sand, lads.
I've been a bricklayer before. I was bricklaying for ages.
Were you?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I did so much labouring. I was all throughout my teenage years, all up in my early 20s. Yeah, I've done so much.
Wow.
Well, aren't you from a family of tarmackers?
Yeah, I'm in nepotism. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
His
Sorry,
granddad's got a
He's
tarmac.
a nepo baby.
I didn't have to apply for I didn't have to apply for the work. I know. I'm a nepo baby.
Yeah.
I'm a nepo baby. I'm so sorry, everyone.
But I grouted the back garden. Have I shown you that yet?
You did show me.
Yeah, I think I've done quite good.
Mm-hmm.
You grouted?
You just said, would you? You don't think I did well?
I have to look it again. I'm very chuffed you did it.
He thinks I did a bad job grouting the garden.
that was very shady.
I've not power washed I've not cleaned it yet. I'm waiting for it to set a bit more. Wow, the tension
that's
in this
so
room. You
hurtful.
think I did a bad job grouting?
You
the
come for
garden?
my music, I'm going for your grouting.
I think I did a really
I know.
good
Later
job
on, when you have a drink, I can't wait till you're like, "Don't you come for
for
my
my
grouting?"
grouting.
Yeah. God, I wouldn't. It's been so long. I wouldn't even know. I was lashing out.
Yeah.
Chatting with Cherubs.
Bette Midler is, for me, top 3 people in the world if I met. I'd probably faint, actually. I don't think I could hack it with Bette Midler.
I've heard though,
Yeah.
she's a bit of a.
No, she's not. Don't say anything bad about her.
Tell me.
Oh,
Did you ever hear this?
I heard she's lovely.
Did you ever hear the story of her when French and Saunders tried to get her on their show?
No.
It's brilliant. They used to do these characters where they would do these like 2 hairdressers
Yeah.
and 2 gay hairdressers. And Bette was like, I'll be in the sketch, but I need to see it. So they had to go to her hotel room and basically perform the sketch. And she was just like, I don't understand this world at all. But the French and Saunders were saying like, but the men that were with her, styling her, they were exactly those people.
Yeah.
And they were trying to do the sketch and go, come on, like, what's the problem? But and then she refused to do it. Like, but when they tell the story, it's very funny.
That was imagine going there performing it too.
I know. And it was in her hotel. It was just so weird.
Oh, gross.
Oh, I'd love it. I don't
Yeah.
care. I love that.
Yeah, no, I do think she's great.
So I
Yeah.
already know the second one, Kelly Clarkson. Who's the third person that you would just melt into a little puddle of anxiety if you met?
Saran Jones.
Saran Jones.
Yeah.
How can we make this happen?
I don't want to meet her.
I feel like Saran.
I'm too scared.
No, I feel like yes, you would be at the start, but I feel like then in 2 years'
I'd
time,
just
you'd
make
just
a
be going
fool
for
of
drinks with her.
myself.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
I don't think I could speak to her.
I
I'm like
think
so intimidated.
She'd be in your play.
If I had to direct Saran, I'd be like, Saran, don't listen to me. I don't know anything. I'm a piece of shit. Kick me in the balls. I can't tell Saran what to do.
You could,
I
Josh.
Yeah.
I'm going to flash forward.
Okay.
And I think in 5 years' time, you and Saran will just be meeting once a month for like coffees and stuff. And she'd be like, oh, they want to do a Scott and Bailey movie. Should I do it, Josh?
Yes.
And you could talk her into it.
I really want to. If they ever did another series of Scott and Bailey, I want to be in it. I want to be a cameo.
A custody sergeant.
No,
I think
I want to be
body.
no, I want to be someone getting questioned. I've already thought of it. I want to be but they've already kind of done this, like a sex worker being questioned about killing one of their Johns. I could smash that role. I could
You
smash
would be
that role.
absolutely brilliant.
Where were you last night at 9 o'clock?
I can't improv the role, Morgan. I need
This is the self tape. This is the
no,
self
I
tape.
can't. No, because Saran might see.
I think that when you're friends with Saran Jones, I think we're just going to say, we need half a day. We just need half a day and we're going to film this scene.
Yeah,
That's all we need.
I'd love to be a friend, but we're not coming in at equal because I'm obsessed with her.
But that's
So,
fine.
Like, I've got a photo of her in my house. That's a bit weird.
No, it's not.
I
People,
don't know.
you end up friends with people that you're
Fans of.
Yeah.
Who would be your top three? Couldn't handle it if they walked in the room.
like.
I don't count.
Conan O'Brien, I think I would be able to handle meeting.
Yeah, I can see that for you. That's your style.
Conan O'Brien.
Yeah. A
think it's
nerdy
just-
comedy reference. Morgan's going to be all over that.
It's not that nerd. He's the
He's-
biggest talk show host.
No,
in-
but he's nerdy. He's nerdy.
Oh, yeah.
He's great.
Oh, yeah. He wrote some of the most classic episodes of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
His chat
Oh,
show.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a huge. He's
Yeah, so
huge.
all like loads of those ones from season 3 to 8, he wrote.
I really like his podcast.
His podcast is great. His
Yeah.
TV show is great.
Yeah.
His Mark Twain award speech is
You can see
incredible.
when he interviews other people from comedy, like he's been friends with Lisa Kudrow for years.
Yeah.
And like when you watch their relationship, you can see that everybody kind of likes him because he did improv with all these people, but like before they was all famous. So like he did improv classes with like Lisa Kudrow and loads of people who've been in SNL or whatever.
Oh my God. I think that's amazing that you are like still infatuated by people in the industry that you work in.
But it's always Americans. You get infatuated with Americans when you meet,
Yeah.
because you meet.
We've met all the British ones now.
Yeah.
And the Irish
Okay,
ones.
yeah.
I think,
Yeah, because if I
The,
met
the Irish ones. Thank you for throwing that on, but Morgan, come on.
if I met Sarah Silverman,
Pardon?
if I met Sarah Silverman, I'd kind of lose my mind.
Really?
Yeah, I think she's great.
Yeah.
But also, I think
don't-
it's because she's American. I'm like, they're American.
Whenever I meet a comic, I'm just like, well, a comic. I mean,
Yeah, no, I think that
I
about
don't-
British ones are ones I can get near. But when American, but
Ones I could get near. that sounds like there's something's happened.
But the
Josh
Ameri-
isn't allowed near comedians anymore.
some of them have been very clear.
but the American ones have been in films. They're like fake, like that's so different.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I tell you who, and we've brought her up today. If I ever met Dawn French, because she was actually one of my first crushes, and I still think, if you listen to this, Dawn, I still think you are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
She's stunning.
She's so stunning, and
Yeah.
her and Jennifer Saunders are an early comedy influence for me.
Yeah.
I got because it was the first VHS I bought. It was one of their live shows, and it was my first ever. I didn't realize there was such a thing as a writer performer,
Oh,
I-
right,
I-
yeah.
and they were the first people I ever met. I remember when my mum went, "Oh, they write it as well." I just
Yeah.
thought that's such an amazing skill,
Yeah.
and I've just been if I met French and Saunders, I would.
Yeah,
I would-
agreed,
I would
yeah.
melt.
Do they count as one of you three or both two?
They are two individuals, but I'm going to count them as one.
So you've got
Yeah.
one more. You've got Conan O'Brien, French and Saunders. Who's the other one?
I think this one would have to be a musician
Yeah.
of some sort. It would have been Dr. John, but he's passed away sadly. Possibly Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin, because I used to listen to him all the time.
That's cool.
That is cool. I really like Hearts singing Led Zeppelin. Have you,
Oh,
do you know, when they sing Stairway to Heaven, Heart,
oh yeah,
but they
yeah.
do it, but I love Heart. Ooh, Balakuda.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
I feel like I understand you so much better now. I know who your three people are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I see all of those bits in you.
Yeah. I've literally got music chords tattooed on my arm and stuff.
That's very interesting. I because I love French and Saunders. They are just oh my gosh, they're incredible.
Who would be your three? Kylie's gonna be in it, probably.
Yeah, probably Kylie. Probably I would have loved to have met Betty White or any of the Golden Girls.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
really great.
But alive.
Oh yeah, I would have melted if I met Joan Rivers.
Yeah, Joan Rivers. would be-
She's a big influence on
He's
me.
already done it though, and
Yeah,
I've
I know.
seen the photo of you and Joan in your
That's in my office.
your little twink. When it happened.
What was it you said I looked like in that photograph?
I can't remember.
I was wearing a black. I think he said. I
I
looked like
said
a
you
waiter.
look like I said you because he was. Yeah, when you gigged with Joan Rivers, he had like a white shirt and a black tie, and I said, "Why were you dressed like a Mormon?" Did you get nervous to gig with a big celebrity, so you dressed up like a Mormon?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I wanted God on my side. Please take me through this, Father.
Thank you so much for listening to Chatting with Cherubs. We've got new episodes out every Thursday and a bonus episode out every Tuesday. Quick plug, I'm going on tour. You can get tickets at joshjonescomedy.com. Morgan, do you have anything to plug?
Yes, I have another podcast called My Bad with Morgan Rees. That's really growing. I'd love if anyone gave that a listen to. And I'm also at the Edinburgh Fringe this year, doing a work in progress for the first 2 weeks, the 28th of July to the 10th of August. And if you're watching this on YouTube, sorry, the camera overheated. We've had to turn it off.
I will also be at the Edinburgh Fringe with a work in progress show. My work in progress will probably be not as good as Morgan's work in progress because I have no ideas. And I am on tour in Ireland until July. I have a podcast called Agony Rants and I'm on Substack.
Brilliant.
That's it from us. Thank you so much. See you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Chatting with Cherubs.